Hello, how are you? It's a bit warm here today. I'm just going to turn my old thing on. I've got it up there anyway. So, this one I found is not totally, it's a little bit out there, isn't it? It's got the black, I love it. They look like bubbles. I saw something and I thought someone did bubbles and I thought I could do that. Now I don't think I've done it as well as I could, but it's such a lovely card. Oh, a little bit of white there, got to be a little bit cleaner, but it's just, I don't know what you call it. It's just, I think it's lovely. So anyway, let me show you how I did it. So I've used copper clay as for the stamp, which is down on the bottom, and I have used Memento, and the copper clay. So that's for stamping. Now I have used the Gorgeously Made this stamp. I've also used the dies now, and the die and the tag, if I can get it out, so this is all, the Gorgeously Made stamps is 161193. Okay, it's a bit hard to see, and the dies are 161202, and they're in the annual catalogue, so they're still available. And the only reason I'm not doing something from the celebration is that even if you were to buy these stamps and dies, you would still get the celebration, because if I'm correct, the celebration goes till 2 more days. So that's what, when we say working on, is because with the celebration you get, for every $90 you spend, you get a gift. So last week, remember, I did the card with the Jungle Pals, which I was really happy with, and I've got this paper. I didn't really do for the I wasn't really into the watermelon. I've done that paper. I've done this as a card for twins for someone, and a girl for somebody else. So they were all free. This DSP is free. I haven't used that yet. Those ones were free. You got that for 90, and you have to spend another 90. You got that. Softly Sophisticated, I think I've sent for that one just to get the that's a folder, and it does the embossing. Let me show you. If you're not doing a lot of cards, that's what embossing is. That's a different folder, but that's what you do. You run it through and it embosses that and makes it really nice. And so that does that. So I've got that. That's what I got when I brought the stuff I brought today. So, and if you want to join, you've got 2 days, and you get this amazing glass pad that we can't even get till April, I think it is now, but you can start with that as your option number 1, retail value at 106, so that's really nice. And then when you spend that, you also get celebration, so, and then you get to come with me and we make cards, and then you don't have to keep selling, you just can do it to get the free product, which I think is fantastic, but I don't make anyone. That's your choice. And so out of the annual catalogue, Gorgeously Made, I'll just find that for you because it's nicer when you can see. Gorgeously Made, page 103. 102. We've done a bit on this. This is really nice, and it's a lovely stamp and die set, and you can make, look at the paper, so bright. And I've done a few cards with this, my classes and everything else. So today I'm using that one, and I'm just going to, because the die doesn't pop out the little tags on it, it cuts it all there ready, and you just have to use your pick tool and just pop them out. It's I'm a little bit partial to this one, so it's a nice big leaf. I've used it before, so I'll just put that to the side, and that's the tag that we're going to put it, whatever saying I put on there, thank you. So you don't have to use thank you, you can use happy birthday. So I'll just pop those away. So we'll get our bums into gear. Alright, and there's our stamping. Now what I'm using here is shimmery white cardstock, and that is so you can water paint on it. So I've got a few, I cut out a few cards thinking it was for something else. I thought it was the cream cardstock, and I cut them all out. I thought, oh my gosh, that cost a lot of money to use that paper. So that's also in Stampin' Up, but you can just use water painting for water, and that will work. So I'm just going to get a little piece of dirty old thing. You can see where I've practiced on it. And now with this, the trick I've done is I've used my ink pads, my glass blocks for my ink, for my stamping pads. I've used water pens, which I put out 2 little glasses, but I think I moved one, so I'll just get that here, and I'm going to put a little bit of water into that. I'll have to get another one, if you just excuse me. I wrote down 2, and over here I have plenty. Because I'm going to be using black and white, we've got to make sure, I'm just going to move that up a little bit so you can see better here. I might put these over here and just put this up into the middle. So we're just going to have a bit of water in both of those and cover me up. I am Annette Falconer, independent demonstrator on Facebook, which is I'm here now. And if you want to buy anything, my shop's AnnetteFalconer.stampinup.net. There is a February host card. Apparently that will be just about it. You won't need them soon, and you just make an account and buy what you want, and you get your rewards yourself. So alright, that's all they say coming, and I don't get it. So I am using, you know, these are funny. This is your white, which is for like resist stamping. I'm using that. I'm using my blank Memento refill. I need a little bit of everything. Copper clay ink refill, and I'm using the wild wheat. So we're going to start with those. So first of all, click, click, it happens. First of all, we have to get some music sheets. And no, we're not going to sing. We're going to rip them up into little bits. Okay. And we're going to use our, where did I put it? I had it here. There it is. Just nasty glue. Oh, oh my goodness, it just fell out. Where did it go? Oh, it rolled under somewhere. Sorry folks, I've got to jump down under the table. See, it's really nasty glue because it's just about in, and when I did that it popped out. Oh my goodness. I don't, I find with the kids I use some and I don't use it all, so something's hanging out of there. Alright, let's try again. So we've got the nasty glue, and what we're going to do is just, I might get this because I don't want to make that sticky on the back, so we're just going to put that on there. the other side's got some good lettering there. I like that one. And I'm just going to glue this all on. If I can get it up. Okay, now I'm just going to leave that for a minute. Just going to throw that nasty glue in the bin. Oh, I hope you're all well. We're going to have a scorcher tomorrow here in Melbourne. For anyone that's not in Melbourne watching, all those interstaters waiting to jump on. Alright, so we have got a little glue going over. I'm just going to leave that on for a sec. I want that to dry in, because then we're going to pull some back. Okay, while we're doing that, we might just stamp our inside card. That's more out of there. We might stamp out, we'll just pop that up for a sec, let that dry for a few seconds, make sure that's clean. So on here, that's our envelope. Get one of those. Alright. And I use this one, and for the greeting I use just a thank you. Now I do have you're a great friend, that's nice. I think I like this one as thank you. I'm easily amused with my own work, aren't I? You've got to believe in yourself, don't you? I'm just talking to myself anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. Alright, and our little thank you will go on another wee block down here. And where's our tag? Just there. Alright, so let's get this stamping done while we're going. Now on the inside I stamped that as well, but I didn't put a greeting in there because I just thought sometimes you want to add them when you know who it's for. So I'm just going to do that. Now, to avoid, because I'm going to run this along the bottom, as you can see I've got it around the bottom, and if you don't want to do stamping on top of your brown, I'll show you how to do that again. So let's start with our, it's not brown, it's copper clay. I love this colour. I'm not a brown person, but this one's a nicer one. Alright. And so our copper clay is going along the bottom of the card, about there. Alright, while I'm doing that, on our envelope, we're just putting it down the side like that. So, easy peasy. Oh, I need to stamp the thank you. Let's clean that off. Hopefully you've all had a lovely day. It has been warm but not hot, especially when I've got to walk the dogs around the block and they pull and carry on to get to where they want. But they're pretty well trained. Poor old lady, she forgot her poo bag today and she passed me, and luckily I had two so we could help them. And I said to the dogs, now sit down, behave, and they did, so that was good. So here onto the, see it's hard to see your label sometimes, so I'm going to just put it onto some, more onto red so I can see where it starts and ends. And in the middle, I'll put my thank you. And I'm going to turn it up, look what I did, I got a mark on it. I did what I tell the ladies, do not rock, just down and up. I did that because I just redid it, so we will do that on here and cut it. Oh my goodness, What am I doing? Now look at that. I've gone over too much with my ink. I must have rocked when I grabbed my ink. So let me show you. It's still going there. Look at that. We're stamping up. This paper is so good you cannot see it. So I'm going to just do it lightly like that. There you go. Voila. 5 times. 5 times lucky. But that's life. Alright, pop that away. So I've just got to stamp this with some black. I'm going to pop that away before I put my fingers into it. And into some memento. And that's where the refill I've got. You can use your refills on everything. Now, I'm just going to cut that to the side. So now I'm going to take that down a little bit. I always laugh when I say my eyes. Got to look at it better. Okay, so I'm going to just put that over there so that when I stamp this, it's not interfering with that. I could just do a little bit more in there. See? So we'll just put those aside for now. Throw that out. I was going to say just as well my envelope's up the right way. And I think our other thing should be dry enough and ready. Let me clean that up a little bit. Keep that ready, all ready for later. So the actual, we've done the envelope, we've done the inside. Our cardstock is 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we're scoring at 4 1/8. I'm just going to do it like this because if you get it in your corners and you hold on to it well enough, make sure you got it right, and then get your bone folder and just up and down. Alright, so we've got that, and then our next layer is going to be wild wheat, which is matches this. That's the good thing about this Stampin' Up stuff, you can get everything to match. So that's 4 by 5 3/4, and that is just going to sit there so you have just the tiny little bit of black showing out. Just wanted a slither. I'm just wondering if I might cut that down just a little bit more. I might do that because I'd like to see just a touch more. So this is the trimmer, and so that's on 4. I'm going to put it 1 under 4. Let's have a look what that looks like. Yeah, that's a bit more decent like that. So I need to take off again just a slither. So what was that? 5 1/2. 1, 2, 4 7/8. It's not much, look at that. 2 little slithers. But it allows us to have just a little bit more room in here to, isn't that good? Oh, look at another slither, folks. I'm going to go to, that's 5 3/4. I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to take it that much. I don't even think that's a slither, is it? getting there. Okay, so that's making it 5 and a just over a quarter, 5 1/4, with one little 5 9/16. So actually, you know, help yourself out. It's 5 1/4.1. That's. I like to do those one pieces over, so it explains it more to myself. And look, it's got a nice even border now. So while I'm waiting, just getting that other thing ready, I might just pop this on because the next piece will go over that. Okay, we're getting down to the end of the glue bottle. Luckily I ordered some more. That's definitely done. Good night. Let's try this other one first. That's better. Just around the outside and a wee bit down the middle, because this is a heavier card because there's 2 bits to it. You've got a little bit of wiggle room, just enough to... What a nice colour. I mean, once you get, when it ends up like that. So you've got just that bit of gold. Alright, let's get down to the real job now. This is the nitty gritty. And we'll lid that up. And put that away. Oh my goodness. It's only water. All the old colours are going out. So this was one of 2 years ago. This colour was Sweet Sorbet. So they're all going out in April. They're going to get new colours, all modern colours. We have to go through and get rid of everything. So as you can see, my wrist, I have fractured my arm here. So they said just do this. Now what we do is just try and pull up a bit of that and leave it raggy. So we want it to like have some jagged edges on it and things like that. So okay, so just that's it. We want to make it a bit distressedy, whatever. Okay, so that just gives a texture of feeling over the top. And now we're going to start with our next process. So I'm going to keep one glass really clean. So we're going to start, if I'm correct, with a little bit of copper clay. So all we need is a couple of drops, and we can add more. A bit of wild wheat on the other end. I got a little bit more on that. And our black. Oh, got to be really careful. I'm just going to get a wet wipe. Oh, maybe I should have told you on the list to have your wet wipes available, because otherwise you might not like me too much when your fingers get all black. Alright, let's keep going. So we've got a couple of water painters. Now one I've got black, so, and I'm not filling them up, I'm just going to dip them into the other water. Oh, that's my husband getting back. So I'm going to just dip that in there. I just want to put a couple of drops onto there. And there. Just make that move a bit. Okay. Alright. Now, so what I'm going to do is, if you can see this one, we've got the copper clay. Alright, mix that into your water, and we're just going to use our painter and just go over little bits. Okay. Just get a nice bit of colour around our paint. Alright. See? something to do with your ink. Oh no, you can use it on your ink pads, but sometimes you don't use them as much as you think you will. Just debating whether that's enough. I'm going to clean that off. And now I'm going to pick up some of this one, which is our wild wheat. And see, I'm an artist and I didn't even know it. It's quite cool, isn't it? And a musician under there. So we're just going to go all the way through there. And now I'm going to need a little bit more wild wheat. And I really think I might need a bit more than that. And I'm just going to do a little bit of that. I don't want to do too much. So I'll just get a little bit of water on there. Alright. So this is fun. You can still see the music notes through it. I think I've used all that up. And I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's dry that off a little bit, although we're going back to the wild wheat. So I'm just going to darken a little bit around to get some nice darker bits. Okay. Alright. Alright, I'll take that off. Now, I'm going to, with our black, is nice and dark around the ends. See how it goes grey when you just don't get quite enough on there. Concentration. I think every time I've done one, this is my third one because I'll show you why, you're different. I just want some dark about there. I'm going to leave the rest of that black and I'm putting that into a different ink pad. Now I'm just going to clean that off so I don't have any colour on it. See how I'm just take all that off now so I don't have any colour on that. I think that should be right. Now I'm also going to clean that. Throw that wet one away and let's bring out the white. Let's get this brush. Now just don't want to mix it up too much. I want just really bright white on there. Just a little bit where it was sort of just going to touch a little bit of water on that. Just going to muddy up a little bit of it. I just don't want it. You see what I mean? I don't want it to just around there like this, just to see. And then it'll dry and this will just look a bit pinker. See how that gives a bit of the pink on the clay. still enough of the clay to see it going, but it just lightens it up and gives it a moodier look. Oh, I think so. Alright, I'm going to pop those to the side. And I will clean off the white because we're done with that. Now, the next thing is like I did dry it, but I found that those circles didn't become as tight as I wanted them. They bled a bit into the ink. So what I'm going to do now, I've shown you how to do this one. So that's it. That will be the, I'll have to make another card with that. So I'm going to leave that. But what I did is, if I can find where I put it, I did do one that is already dry. And now I'm going to show you. So where my gorgeously made and my thank you go is down over here, and my thing will go up. So what I want to do is make these bubbles. Now I saw a lady do them, and she was pretty amazing, and I'm not, so please forgive me if mine don't look as good. So I have stolen from my husband a garden thing from the hose, and from my kitchen when I like to make my cakes I have a cake maker one. So onto the bottom of them, going to get my brush not too wet, is I'm going to pick up some of that black and go around the top of the hose, and I'm going to do a bubble and up. I might need to do it a little bit more than that. So hold your mouth right. That's better. Gonna have to get a bit more black on there. Okay, now what I am going to do is just go over that first one a bit more. That's better. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So now let's get that, and just a little bit more black. Ooh, that was a lot of black. I have to get that onto my momentum. I can just do this on this one. That's good. And let's have one through there. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Now rather than waste that good black from the momentum, I'm just going to stick that down onto the my pad, because that's good ink not to waste. And I'll clean that off. Now if I had that nice glass tray that you get when you join, oh my god, I could love using, I can't wait till the demonstrators are allowed to get it. If you went to the, if you're a big fancy demonstrator, you went to this, they have a show sort of thing, and they could get it there, but because I didn't do that, I can't, I'm not that fancy. But I am going to get fancy because I'm going to clean my hands again. So, oh, yeah, black. I don't want it to get everywhere. Oh. Isn't it funny, every time I go out now, I used to, when I did a lot of my quilt making, I'd go out and I'd have cotton stuck to me and all of that type of stuff. So now I go out and I've got inky fingers. Alright, next, I need another drink of water. So if you're starting to have a look at what we're doing, this is it. So the next bit is, I've got to remember, is to just carefully go around with your brush and drag your white, your black in. Okay, so whoop, that's really a, okay. Just bring it around and get a bit of shaping. It does sink into it grey still, doesn't it? Okay, let's just have a bit of, that one's nice and black. Yeah, it does bleed a lot, doesn't it? Maybe I just did too much ink on the bottom. And we're going to get a little bit of white. And I think this is going to do it again. So I don't think we're going to save ourselves as much with a bit of bleeding. I'm just going to put a little around the bit of shadowing around the circle. So to make it look like a bubble. Got my concentration sounds on, haven't I? Get a little bit more white in there. I think I need just a touch more, don't I? Oh, it looks so messy. Oh, you'll have to tell me whether you like it or not. If you watch it, I'm just going to try and do that it doesn't blend. It does a bit, doesn't it? This is good water paper, it's not meant to blend. Does it look like bubbles to you? Alright. Now, let's get a little bit of heat on there. Let's give that a little dry. I might turn it that way. That one doesn't give me as much white as I'd like. A bit scared to put any more on it in case I wreck it. Oh, my arm hurts a little bit there. Alright. So, what I'm going to do with this is use my tear tape because it's quite heavy. So, I'll just move that out of the road. I hope that's all dry. Just before I do that, I'll just check whether I need to cut that down because I think I did the other day. No. Yes. So 5, it was 5 in there, so I'm going to do it about there. Let's see if that's enough. No, a little bit more. Okay. I want to see a nice border because the other one I didn't have as wide, so I think that's better. Yep, let's go with that. It's a messy card, but it was fun trying. I do like to think I can sometimes bring out something that's a bit different. Probably not a class card if any of my girls come on to watch. I think it might be a little bit too messy. So I'm just taping all around with the tear and tape. I'm going to, just because it's very heavy, this paper, this liquid water paper. Yep, that's fine. So I'll use my pick tool and take those off. It's going to be a scorcher tomorrow, 35 degrees here. We had a thing at the school, a information night for year 10 and beyond, obviously, about the amount of work they're going to have to start doing, and they've just cancelled it. It's going to be online, so it's a bit different. Oh, sounded like a bubble, didn't it? Alright, and now obviously you'll see it fade a bit more as it goes along. So I will now get my greeting and find my leaf wherever it has gone. Oh, I'm going to wipe that up before I don't realise. And get ink everywhere else. Alright, where's my... Oh my goodness, folks. I see this all the time. People put it down, and when you go to get it, it's disappeared. Let me make sure it hasn't fallen on the ground. Was there. Here it is. It's so white I couldn't see it on the table. Sorry about that. Oh. Alright, so with this we're just going to use a little Tombow, and if you look at the front of it, the dents are easier, the back's flat, so we're just going to pop a little, not too much, I don't want it coming out. Concentration. So you hold your mouth, and we need the last little bit down on the stalk. Not too much because it's going to get held down with the greeting. And then with thank you, I'm going to put it up with a couple of dimensionals so it stands out. And thank you to you for watching me. It's a shame I got all the white there. It would have been nicer. Maybe I should put it there. What do you reckon? Since I have changed because of that other one, I did it wrong. I'm just going to make that a bit smaller. And I will put it there now so it sits nicer. Alright, and then we'll put our centre in. Easy, simple. Such beautiful cardstock, and it just sits so nicely. And there we are, folks. We have, I'm going to take that dirty mess out from under there for you. So I definitely need some old paper to work with that. And what's the song I took it from? What have we got? He's the Popeye Sailor Man. He's strong Finch 'cause he eats his spinach. Popeye the Sailor Man. Toot toot. That's an old song. I don't know what's on the other side. Oh, you got a pedal. That could be even worse. I don't know how kids play it, not me. So I hope you enjoyed that. And it's a little bit different, a little bit messy. And have a great night, and we'll see you in a week. Whoops, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, bye. See ya.